Right. Welcome to Sisters in Song. Can you take a minute and tell us who you are and where you're coming to us from?
Yes, my name is Paige King Johnson, and thank y'all so much for having me. I am coming from my hometown in North Carolina tonight. I got a little bit of time to get away from Nashville, so I came home for a little bit.
Yay.
Very cool. Where in North Carolina are you?
Just south of Raleigh, so kind of right in the middle of the state.
Awesome.
Right.
We were just in Asheville
Yep.
for New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's. The Avett
Nice.
Brothers played, so we went to see them on New Year's Eve.
Oh, so good.
Lots of
Yes.
fun. And Nashville was a great town.
Yeah.
So,
So that was our first time in North Carolina, and we liked it.
Yeah.
Well, we are so happy to have you.
Yes.
We're going to pick your brain about all things music. So
I
my
love
first
it.
question for you is, how did you get started in all of this?
Well, I was kind of always the kid who I always say I loved attention. I grew up, and as any good Southern kid did, I grew up in church singing or doing plays or whatever it was, and I was always just the kid that was humming in the back seat in my car seat, whatever it was. And my whole family could see that music was something that really brought joy to me and something I love doing for other people. And when I was 10 years old, my granddad bought me my first guitar for Christmas and encouraged me to start taking lessons and just trying to figure my way around it. And there was absolutely no looking back after that. I had a mode of being able to capture people for 3.5 minutes at a time, and there was no going back.
That is awesome.
It is. So from church to the Grand Old Opry,
Yes.
we want to know all about your experience at the Opry. When was it? What was it like? Tell us all about it.
Oh my gosh, so incredible. I think any artist, whatever genre at this point, they dream of being able to play the Opry. And I was so grateful to get the call from my dear friend Miss Pam Tillis to come and share a part of her set at the Opry. This was now, I guess, July of 24 that it happened. And when she called me up and she was like, "Hey, so I'm going to be playing the Opry on July 31st, and I didn't know if you would want to come and sing a song or two." I'm like, "Are you
Uh,
are you prank calling me right now? What is happening?" Because the obvious answer is duh, yeah.
is there another answer? I mean, really?
Right. I'll clear whatever is on my schedule. Yes, absolutely. And it's just so cool to be able to step into that circle where so many of my heroes have sung and told
Yeah.
stories. And I'm pretty sure I blacked out for 2.5, 3 minutes. But praise the Lord, I hired a photographer, so I have the memories to look back on.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. And what an honor.
Mhm.
That gives me goosebumps. I love it. So when you started into this, how did you get started into songwriting specifically, and how do you see a song from start to finish?
It's really different for everybody. And I get asked all the time, how do you write a song? And I'm like, well, I am no expert. I mean, I'm a few hundred songs deep, but I don't think any of us really know what we're doing ever. It just kind of comes to us. But I started writing when I moved to Nashville, and I had the best semi-random roommate in college in Nashville, and she came to school with notebooks full of songs that she had written over the years, and I was like, I've just been singing Loretta Lynn songs for the past, you know.
As you do, right?
Yes, and so she's still one of my best friends to this day, and she kind of took my hand and showed me the way of writing songs and gave me the courage to be able to, kind of open up my heart and open up my brain and all the things and just be able to be messy and figure out how to write a song and what that looked like for me. And then after I kind of got a little bit comfortable there, I started moving into co-writing with other people, and now it's one of my favorite parts of this job to be able to sit down with dear friends or with absolute strangers and just be able to sit and connect on something, whether it's good, bad, happy, sad, whatever the mood for the day is, and to be able to write a story that hopefully connects with somebody else. I mean, it's really cool that that's our job.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an
absolutely.
amazing job. So do you feel like you usually start with lyrics or melody, or does it change with each song?
It does. I tend to be more of a lyrics person just because I am by no means a guitar extraordinaire. So I love whenever I am playing or writing with somebody else who's super good on guitar because I'm like, this is my day. I get to sit back. I don't have to worry about faking my way around the F sharp or whatever this is, you know.
Right? Because it's
So
so hard. Yeah.
yes, and and usually when I'm listening, I think lyrics, like a really good lyric or a really good bridge that just creates a whole new meaning to a song. I nerd out about stuff like that, so I definitely hone in more on that.
Do you feel like you write from personal experience or observation or imagination? What sparks your creativity?
All of it, kind of. I mean, I'm a huge person of faith, and family is so important to me. And so I hope that that's, themes that run in and out of my music. But I think any good songwriter is able to pull from personal experience, but also just I tell people all the time to be able to write a song, you just have to be very aware of everything going on around you at all times. And it could be something that you pick up in a conversation from two tables away. It could be a line you hear in a movie. It could be something you read on a billboard. I mean, there's songs come from everywhere. And so, it has to be a mix of both, I think, to be able to keep stuff fresh or you're just telling the same story over and over again.
Yeah,
That's true.
that is true.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it makes it more universal too. So yeah, I think
Yes.
you're onto something.
Yeah.
So how do you handle a creative block? Like if you have writer's block, how do you get out of it?
Uh, I tell people all the time that I'm very grateful because I get to kind of live what I call a Hannah Montana life of being able to be in Nashville and write and record and do all the things, but I spend so much time on the road and in the in between I get to run home to North Carolina and kind of get back to my roots. And you can't write country songs if you're not living a country life or just living a life in general every once in a while. And I really do think it's important for songwriters to be able to take time away and to recharge the battery, go live life, go get your heart broken, go have the best day ever, go do anything that makes you feel something. And um, it helps a lot to be able to kind of draw on stuff like that.
I think it goes back to what you were just saying too, that if you're drawing upon other observation or whatever, if you aren't observing things, then what do you write about? So that makes perfect sense to me.
So I want to talk a little bit about your recent single that came out end of last year. Tell us a little bit about that, and then tell us what's next with, are you going on tour, writing more, or what?
Yeah, so last fall I put out a song called Cowboys Ride Away, and I grew up on a horse farm in North Carolina, and my whole family was cowboys and cowgirls, and we watched John Wayne movies like it was our religion, and so
it is, right?
yes. So Cowboys Ride Away was for sure based just on all of the old Western movies that I used to watch, and I used to think how crazy it was that these tough as nails men who could take on anything, they would run away from the easiest thing in the world, which was love. And boys are just not the smartest sometimes.
That's so true. Well, that's true.
So
not emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
Right. What is happening here? Yeah, I don't know. So a little bit of John Wayne, a little bit of Yellowstone sprinkled in there for the inspiration of that song. And then this year I'm excited we still have some new music to be putting out, and I'm getting ready right now for my first UK tour, which I'm
cool.
so excited about. And just right now it's just so busy getting shows on the books, and so I'm really really looking forward to kind of seeing where the year takes us.
Very nice. So when do you leave for the UK? Will that be summertime or
so it's beginning of March, so
yeah, like 2 weeks.
I know, and I'm going to be out there for right around 2 weeks, and we have 8 shows that we're going to be playing while we're out there. And I've never been over there, so if you have any recommendations, let me know.
Yeah, where are you headed? Do you know what cities you're stopping in?
All over. So I'm playing within like a 5-hour radius of London, and then we're hopping up to Scotland for a festival one day. So I'm like, I'm just going to see thankfully I get to see the whole UK,
Yeah.
literally from one coast to another, but I'm just going to be seeing it all from a train window or a car window or whatever it is.
Yeah. Hopefully you get a day or two off somewhere in there to do a little.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially since you haven't been there before.
Yeah.
Take advantage because it's beautiful.
Yes, for sure. So thinking of performing then, if we're talking about that, do you remember what your first performance was? And can you tell us about that?
Hmm. Probably my first real significant performance that I at least remember prepping for was my fifth grade talent show. And it was right around the time that I had started playing guitar and learning. And if we remember, this was back in the time when Kelly Pickler had just won American Idol. I had cut my hair in a bob, very similar to her, cute bob hair. And I went out to the Express and I bought a cute little black pencil skirt. And my mama let me wear red high heels, and I sang Red High Heels. And that was my first
Oh my
performance.
gosh, that's fantastic.
I love that.
It's great. Well, yeah, you are going to be traveling and touring. So another question about performing is, do you have a like ritual that you do before you go on stage, or how do you prepare to get out there?
Um, Honestly, I'm really not a rituals person or whatever it is that people, I'm not superstitious about anything. I love a good meal. And some people are weird about singing like with food on their stomach or anything, and they'll wait until after a show, but I'm weirdly the opposite. So as long as I have eaten a good meal, I'm good to go, and that's all that it takes.
I think it's good. You need the energy.
You do, and you get hangry if you don't eat.
I get hangry. So
You do. There's something about singing on an empty stomach. I don't feel like I have the same like power in my diaphragm or anything. Maybe I'm the weird person out here, but I could be onto something. We don't know.
I think you're on to something.
I think so. No, I would agree. Yeah. So you mentioned Kelly Pickler and you mentioned Loretta Lynn. Is there anybody else that you would say have been influences for you?
Yes, absolutely. I grew up listening to a lot of classic country, so there's a lot of Loretta and Patsy Cline and Waylon and Willie and Merle. But then I was also a 90s kid, so I grew up listening to George Strait and Alan Jackson and Martina McBride and Trisha Yearwood. And then when I was getting to pick the music, it was Miranda Lambert and Kelly Pickler and Casey Musgraves and all the things. So there's a lot of different sounds melded in there, but I love all of it.
Those 90s country women's songs are so fun to sing with.
Yeah.
And like sit me down with some Leanne Womack for 2
Yes.
hours and I am good to go.
Yeah, and Lori Morgan, and there's so many in the 90s.
And Pam Tillis.
Yeah. So many awesome ones. I listen to that station when I'm driving around all the time. It's some Sirius XM station that's 80s and 90s country, and it gets you going, man.
And every time it's just hit after hit, and you're like, I forgot about this one. I forgot about this one.
And then you go, okay, now I can build this one.
Right.
That's great. Okay, it's you. I think your turn.
Oh, no, that was me. That was my question.
Okay, well. All right. So we talked about influences. How do you feel like your music has evolved since you first started?
I would hope to think that it has aged with me, or matured, shall I say. And I don't know. I mean, I think it takes time as an artist and a songwriter to figure out who you are and what you want to say and how you want to say it. And I think if I could tell any difference, it's just that, 10 year ago, Paige was not as confident in herself and sure of what she wanted to say and just believing in that and being able to stand behind it wholeheartedly and saying it with her chest. And so if I'm most proud about anything, it's just that I feel a lot more comfortable in myself and being able to say what I want to say and knowing that there is somebody out there who's going to connect with it, and that makes it a lot easier to say it when you know that there is a built-in audience there who wants to see you succeed and loves to hear what you have to say, and so I just hope that everything that I put out is inspiring something that I would want my future kids and grandkids to listen to as well too. So.
Okay, I have to ask about the beautiful award above your head.
That's funny because I was looking at it too, and I was like, "Tell us what's on the wall."
Yes.
Yes, this is my pride and joy. It's not a real gold record, but it is. I won the Songwriter of the Year award for the Carolina Country Music Awards. I guess it was maybe 3 years ago now, and to have a gold BMI record on my wall kind of feels. I get a little bit of imposter syndrome, but I'm so very grateful for it. And I wanted to put it front and center. I'm in my little office here where I write and work and pack merch and all the things. And I wanted it somewhere that I could see it as a reminder of how far I've come, but also as just motivation to just keep. I tell myself I have to beat myself every day. I just want to be better and do better and outdo myself. And so it's motivation to keep going.
Love it.
Yeah, it's very cool to hear you say beat myself, because it's not like, oh, I'm in a competition with other people.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like that
I like that frame of mind too.
too. Should we do our rapid fire questions?
Yes, let's do our
All
rapid
right.
fire questions.
All right. Don't think too hard. All right.
They're easy.
Coffee or tea?
Sweet tea, cold tea, iced tea.
Right.
I love it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Vinyl, cassette, CD, or streaming?
I do love a good vinyl player, and I need to get more. I need to get more records. So vinyl, just because it feels nostalgic.
Yes.
Well, and
It's
they
a
are very,
sickness,
it's
too.
a sickness. Yeah, it's very addicting. So be forewarned.
First album you ever bought?
Oh my goodness. Like with my own teenage working money, it was probably something embarrassing like a Hillary Duff album or something, if we're being really honest. Um, yeah, I very vividly remember having a Hillary Duff. Or I do remember being so excited to buy the new Shadazy album one year.
Yes.
So probably that too.
Okay. Do you have a go-to karaoke song, and what is it?
Yes, it is Gunpowder and Lead by Miranda Lambert, and I'm never straying.
Love it. Love it.
That's a great song. Okay. Do you like to write at night, in the morning, or maybe the afternoon?
I'm a morning person for sure. I feel like I'm most productive in the morning and have the most like new, fresh ideas.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Do you write lyrics on paper, phone notes, or voice memos?
A mixture of voice memos and phone notes because I'm such a visual person and I will forget it if I think that I'm going to just keep it up here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, you don't really have a pre-show ritual, but do you have a pre-show pump-up song that you listen to?
Honestly, like some good, like high pumping bluegrass music will get me in the mood to run through a brick wall anytime of day.
It is so much fun.
That's
Okay.
right.
Dogs, cats, fish, birds, or reptiles, or anything else?
I'm a horse girl.
I was just about to say, I should say
Horses.
horses.
Yeah. We
I'm
need
a
to add
horse girl through and through.
list.
They're
Yeah.
just big teddy bears and you
Oh,
can
they
love
are.
them forever.
They are the best.
Okay, describe your sound in 3 words.
Classic. Honky tonk. Is that one word? We're gonna
That's
hyphenate.
one word. It's hyphenated. We're gonna make it one.
And wholesome.
Cool.
Like it.
Okay, what advice would you give to new songwriters and or musicians?
I think kind of going back to what I said of just being confident in yourself and believing in yourself, because I think one of the most infectious things of people wanting to believe in you and to support you is just seeing how sturdy you are in yourself and knowing what you want to say and how you want to say it. And so being confident in that and not being willing to change just because somebody else told you needed to sound a different way.
That's perfect.
Yeah, great
Perfect
advice. Okay, and now it is time for your shameless plug. Tell us where we can find your music, your website, if you have Bandcamp or Patreon or any of those things, and your social media.
Yes, so my website is just paigekingjohnson.com, and it has links to everything. But if you're just going to social media, I'm just Paige King Johnson everywhere. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then all of my tour dates and merch and everything are on my website.
Very cool.
Yes.
Paige, it has been amazing.
Oh my gosh.
with
Yeah.
you.
So fun. I'm so excited for you and all of it's coming up.
Yes. Good. Have the best time in the UK.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I need to start packing. Very soon I need to start packing. So y'all
Take a
can check back
raincoat.
in and hope and pray on social media that I get myself there in under 50 pounds.